Show them who we are.
What's up, you guys? My name is Alex Hampton. Today I'll be giving you my review of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. What an amazing film. I can't wait to jump into my review. But before we get into that review, if this is your first time ever watching any of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Then hit that bell right next to it that we get all the notifications of every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. And guys, do me a huge favor. It's very simple. Hit that like button. It's just a click. If you click on it, it'll be more than helpful to my YouTube channel. It's just a click away, guys. I'm not asking for much, but please click that like button. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the review of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I have to say that this movie was a very important movie for me because this was one of my most anticipated movies of this year of 2022. Obviously, with the passing of Chadwick Boseman and the elevation of these characters, I wanted to see how they were going to move this story along. And I have to say, they did an amazing job elevating these characters and pushing them to certain heights of where they are now going to further the storyline of the people of Wakanda and also where their placement is in the MCU. I have to say that the tribute to Chadwick Boseman was actually very impactful. There's a scene in the film where they show the Marvel logo and the different scenes of Chadwick Boseman, but it's in silence, paying homage to the character T'Challa, but also paying homage to our friend Chadwick Boseman. That right there had me like almost about to cry. Like I was very choked up behind it. And the way it starts off, you see Shuri trying to cure her brother. But ultimately it didn't happen because he passed. He was with our ancestors. I have to say there were a lot of impactful emotional moments in this movie. I think one of the best ones was also the funeral they had for Chadwick or for T'Challa. Just everyone coming together for this big celebration of life, and also, just, passing the torch, if you will, to where Wakanda's going to be. Man, Angela Bassett's character, Queen Ramonda, I think Angela Bassett deserves an Oscar for this film. She did an amazing job in this movie. And just to see that bond, that relationship between her and Shuri, every moment they were on screen, it was so captivating. I wanted more of that because Shuri was trying to struggle with the world, struggle living in the world without her brother, and also struggling in the world where she wanted to see the world burn. And her mom was like, we cannot allow our past and our grief and our guilt to change who we are as a person. Your brother T'Challa wouldn't want that for you. It was just those things, those monumental moments we see with them two on screen was just amazing. Another character that I loved in this movie, which was a standout, was Okoye. I love her evolution of her in this movie, from the action scenes to her acting to her losing her position as general of the Dora Milaje and having to adjust to being a civilian. That, even though I didn't agree with the decision, that seeing that being portrayed on screen was just, it was amazing. I think Danai Gurira, if Angela Bassett doesn't get an Oscar, I think she needs to be nominated as well, because Danai did an amazing job. Just seeing that character grow and lose something that was so important to her. Oh my God, it was just phenomenal. Another great thing about this movie, Namor, or how they pronounce it in the movie, Namor, the king of of Talakan. I think that particular character was so cool to see. It was cool to see a villain on screen fighting for something other than himself. He was fighting for his people. He felt like the things that he was doing was solely to protect his people, and he wanted to know if Wakanda was going to be an ally or an enemy. And he felt like that the surface dwellers of our world were enemies to the people of Talokan. And I thought that those dynamics were really cool. By the way, the visual effects for the underwater scenes for the people of Talokan and their world, I thought that was so cool. It was so realistic. I was here for it. I love those scenes on screen. Like, it was just so cool to see something different in the MCU. You know, we got the exploration of Wakanda in the first movie and even in this movie, but to go into another world that was beneath Wakanda, oh my God, I just thought that was just amazing to see, just to see their people and see how vibranium is essentially the key to their life as well, and their growth as a community as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, I love Shuri's struggle with the whole wondering if the ancestral plane is real or not. Like, her faith was challenged because she lost her brother. Her faith was even challenged even more when she lost her mother, Queen Ramonda. That scene where she witnesses her mother dying in front of her eyes. There was nothing that she could do about it. As always, I love M'Baku. He's one of my favorite characters of the first movie. I enjoyed him in this movie. I will say one of the cons about M'Baku, we didn't see more of him in this movie like I thought we should have. I felt like he should have had more of a pivotal role in this movie. So that is a criticism I do have. Also, I have to address the elephant in the room. You know, Shuri becoming Black Panther. I have to say this. After everything leading up to Shuri, because this is basically Shuri's movie in a sense, I think this was the perfect way for her to become Black Panther. If I'm being honest. She was dealing with the loss of her brother that she couldn't save. She was also dealing with her own faith and her own struggles and her own views of the world, while dealing with her home being threatened by a man who has his own kingdom underwater, and then now witnessing her mother dying. I would have to say that, yeah, she had every merit to take on the role as Black Panther, the protector of Wakanda, because that is something that the people of Wakanda needed. Now, I think that Nakia or Okoye could have been the next runner-ups for Black Panther, or even M'Baku. But I think it was fitting for this movie for her to be the Black Panther of Wakanda, the protector of Wakanda that they needed. She had a lot of things going against her, but M'Baku even said that there's more for you than there is against. I'm just paraphrasing what was going on in the movie. I will say I love the action scenes. There were some that needed some work, but I did love the action scenes. A criticism that I did have is that they are adopting the whole Iron Man mantra of giving people exosuits to heighten their abilities. And I'm with that to a certain extent, but Okoye don't need an exosuit. Like, I don't think anybody in the Dora Milaje needs an exosuit. I don't believe that at all. Because they were already badasses. Just give them, you know, maybe heightened abilities with their weapons, but an exosuit, not so much. I don't know why they needed an exosuit. Another criticism that I had, I love the introduction of Riri Williams, but they didn't really address her getting some Stark tech. Like, she just had it. They never addressed how she got it or how she created or recreated in her own way. She just had it. And then also what I didn't like, the final product of the Ironheart suit was cool. It's just the CGI in the movie, because I saw it in Dolby and I also saw it in IMAX. You can tell that the CGI wasn't completely, it didn't look like it was completely finished for the Ironheart costume. But I did like her character in the movie. I will say, director Ross and Thou, yeah, I don't believe that they should have been in the movie, because I mean, I get why they were in the movie, but to be clear, I didn't feel like that they needed to be, like, I don't feel like their scenes were pivotal of them being in this movie per se. Everything that happened in the movie, that they happened in this movie with their scenes worked for me. But overall, I was just like, I could have done without seeing them in this film. But overall, I would have to say I really did enjoy this movie. I love Shuri's transition into Black Panther. Again, I understand why, you know, people feel the way that they feel about her becoming Black Panther, but I also understand what Ryan Coogler was doing while setting her up to be the next Black Panther. So I thought this was a good send-off to Chadwick Boseman, a really good tribute to him, and to the character of T'Challa. The post-credit scene of T'Challa having a son, I thought that was pretty cool. Overall, if I had to rate this movie, I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's not a perfect film. I still like the first movie better than this one, but I thought this was a good send-off to Chadwick Boseman, and definitely a good development of the different characters that we saw, from M'Baku to Shuri to Okoye to Nakia, and where these characters will continue to be as we continue to see their storylines furthered in the MCU. But what did you guys think? What did you guys think of Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Jump into the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, and that will do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my review of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you get all the updates of every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, you guys have a blessed day.